Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a story that's a masterclass in underestimation. It's about a woman who walked into a room full of seasoned pros and left them questioning everything they thought they knew about strength. Let's call her Ilara. She was the first woman ever accepted into the elite Shadow Unit. A group so legendary their missions were the stuff of whispers and myths. From the moment she arrived, the air was thick with skepticism. The other recruits, all men, all with decorated careers, looked at her not as a peer, but as a diversity hire, a token. Their whispers followed her down the hallways, their smirks were thinly veiled. The commanding officer, a man known for his iron will, made his doubts clear. He told her she'd have to be twice as good to be considered half as equal. What he didn't know was she was already 10 times better. The first phase of training was brutal, designed to break even the strongest. It started with a week-long endurance march through unforgiving mountains, carrying gear that weighed almost as much as she did. The men set a punishing pace, expecting her to fall behind within hours. But she didn't. Hour after hour, day after day, she was right there, her steps measured, her breathing controlled. When they'd stop, exhausted, she'd be checking her gear, her eyes already scanning the path ahead. The smirk started to fade, replaced by grudging respect. Then came the combat drills. This is where the skepticism turned into shock. Her first sparring partner was a giant of a man, infamous for his raw power. He came at her with a condescending grin. The fight was over in 10 seconds. He was on the ground, gasping for air, and Ilara hadn't even broken a sweat. It wasn't just strength, it was technique, precision, and a cold analytical fury that was frankly terrifying. She moved with a lethal grace they had never witnessed before. But her true power wasn't just physical, it was her mind. In strategic simulations, she saw patterns no one else did. She devised plans that were unorthodox, risky, but flawlessly brilliant. She outthought, outplanned, and outmaneuvered everyone, including the instructors. The whispers stopped completely. Now there was just silence, an awed, fearful silence. The breaking point came during a hostage rescue simulation. It was the final test. The scenario was designed to be impossible. Ilara's team was pinned down, taking heavy simulated fire. Panic was setting in. While the team leader was frozen with indecision, Ilara took command. Her voice cut through the chaos, sharp and clear. She wasn't asking, she was ordering. Her plan was audacious, a high-wire act with no safety net. It involved using the environment in ways no one had ever considered. They watched, mesmerized, as she moved through the complex like a phantom, her anger now a focused, controlled weapon. She was a storm, precise and devastating. She not only rescued the hostages, but neutralized the opposing force single-handedly, all while her own team was still trying to figure out what was happening. When it was over, she stood there breathing heavily, not with exhaustion, but with a palpable rage. a rage at being doubted, at being underestimated, at having to constantly prove herself. In the debrief, the commanding officer, the same man who had doubted her, stood before the entire unit. He looked at Alara, and for the first time, everyone saw not just respect in his eyes, but genuine awe. He admitted they weren't just unprepared for her skill. They were unprepared for her spirit. She hadn't just met the standard, she had rewritten it. Alara proved that the most dangerous force isn't the one you can see, but the one you refuse to believe in. Thanks for watching. What do you think about Alara's journey? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more. See you in the next one.